Hello. Today's vlog is all about these incredible red banana plants. Musa Ensete Maurelli. And you might think these look familiar because these are the same as the ones that Monty Don has in his borders. So if you've watched Gardener's World recently, you've probably seen these. And indeed, until this year, during the summertime, we've put ours in the border. And last year they were in the border down there to my right where that big pot is. But these are far from hardy, so they have to be taken inside during the winter and colder months. And they'd become so large that digging them up had become a little bit troublesome. So this year I decided to make some giant planters. And you can see how I made these planters because I did a vlog about it, and I'll put it on the end cards to this video. And we have two of these enormous red bananas, and they frame the French window on this part of the garden, which is the sunniest part of the garden. It's also the windiest, most exposed part of my garden, and we're quite fortunate because as yet we've not really had any strong wind coming through, so all the leaves are in really pristine condition. And just look at these leaves, aren't they incredible? Each one, I would say, is almost a metre, if not more than a metre in length. And at this time of year, if it gets the right conditions, it will shoot up a leaf in less than a fortnight. And whilst that one is growing, another one is growing inside it. So in the space of only one season, these red banana trees can become huge specimen plants. We've only had these for 3 years. And they both started off as relatively small plants. And I'm going to talk a little bit in this vlog about how to care for these red bananas so that you can enjoy these amazing results. I've already mentioned that these are far from hardy. They cannot cope with British winters. I would not risk leaving one of these outside in this country. So if you want one of these and you're going to get one, you have to be aware that you need a big space to keep it in during the winter time. And what we've done over the years is a combination of putting it in either the outbuilding or the garage or the porch. And come October, when it has to be taken in, I'll do a vlog which demonstrates how to do it. Because there is a procedure which I follow every year, which involves getting it out of the soil, removing a lot of the soil from the root ball, and then storing it in dry soil in a cool, not too light place, so that it goes into a kind of dormancy in the winter months. And during that winter period, we also take off a lot of the leaves. And what you have to be aware of is where it scars, where you've removed a leaf, it continues to leak water due to capillary action. And that water can fall inside these small areas here, which form kind of cups. So during the winter time, periodically, we have to tip these up to let all that water out so that this doesn't rot. And in fact, it's for this reason that some people choose to store them upside down. And indeed, you can see what I'm talking about because this particular cup is full, it's overflowing with water. At this time of year, that's beneficial for the plant because it helps to keep it moist. But during the winter, when it's in dormancy, that's not good for it. And you can imagine that in order to produce all this vegetation, this is going to be a very hungry plant. So when it's outside in the growing season and its leaves are spurting up for the light, it has to be fed regularly. I would say it would be difficult to overfeed a specimen like this. So we give it tomato food, and we also put pelleted chicken manure on top. And it gets watered regularly, it never dries out. And in fact, down there under the soil, there is a polythene bag to help retain some moisture at the roots. There are crocks and holes in that membrane so that excess water can get away. But by having that membrane at the bottom, it helps it to stay moist at the root. Because it needs that moisture with all this lush vegetation. And it's only the moisture in the cells that help keep these arms rigid. And just look at them. Look how thick and strong they are. And as these leaves die away and you slice them off, so those leaves become the trunk and it starts to look like a tree. Now, in fairness, these are probably not as tall as they appear, because by putting them in giant planters, I've raised them off the ground and I've given them an extra 18 inches of height. But I make no apologies for that, because don't they look great? And what's going to be helpful this winter when these do have to come out of the soil is the fact that I can unscrew these sideboards, take them off and get to the root ball. And that's a happy accident, because I didn't plan that, but it's occurred to me since. And then I can quite easily reattach the sides when I want to use the planters again next year. And these leaves sprout up, they erupt from the centre. You'll always have a leaf at a different stage of its development, from one that's dead and gone, to one that's about to finish, to one that's about to come into its pomp. And then within that, you will see a new leaf erupting. It's an incredible plant. The speed at which it grows is incredible. And it's an unusual banana in the sense that it doesn't produce pups around the root. Musa baju, the green banana, has a lifespan. And when it reaches the end of that lifespan after it's fruited, it dies off and it produces pups around the base, and each one of those pups you can divide off and create a new plant with. But this red banana, Musa Ensete Maurelli, doesn't do that, and it has to be propagated in a different way. And if you want to know how to propagate this banana, I have done a vlog about it, and I shall put that at the end card to this video. In fact, I'll put all my red banana vlogs into a playlist, because I have just in fact ordered another one of these, a small one, and I intend to use it to demonstrate once again the propagation method. But this time, unlike the last, I'm going to do a video diary. One of the things that I particularly like about this banana is the colouring. There is another banana similar to this where the leaf is more green and this arm is a deep red. But with this one, a lot of the leaf goes this lovely purpley maroon chocolatey dark colour, and then you get a dark green up the inside. And look at the structure of these leaves. All these wonderful ribs give it strength. Sadly, a few strong gusts of wind and a lot of these leaves could get damaged and become tattered, because they do tend to tear, as you can possibly see here. But that's how banana plants would be in the wild if you went to Barbados. You see them all lined up in tatters, like so many flags blowing in the wind. That's nature. The fact that the leaf rips and allows the wind through is possibly nature's way of allowing the plant to keep the leaf. Because if they didn't rip, think about it, and they had to sustain that pressure from the wind, possibly the whole leaf would rip off, or even the plant blow over. And these structural plants make a real statement. And if you do only have a small space or a small courtyard or an enclosed garden, it's worth considering putting a couple of large specimen plants in there, because it will really set that jungly tropical tone. And when you have guests round, they'll become a talking point, because everybody notices them and everybody wants to know about them. Sometimes it's worth focusing in on some of the detail. For instance, just have a look at the end of these cut leaves. You can actually see the individual vessels where the water comes up. It's structural and it's strong, and it gives it the strength it needs to maintain these beautiful leaves. So have a look at my vlog on propagating the red banana. Have a look at my vlog on how to make extra large planters. And keep your eyes peeled for my vlog at the end of the year when I demonstrate how to take this in for winter. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog on my red banana Ensete Maurelli. If you have, please do like, share, subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Also, comment below, get involved. Have you got any questions? Do you have banana plants? What type have you got? What challenges do they give you? And what do you love about them? I'll see you soon.